In 1957, two engineers founded Digital Equipment Corporation, better known as DEC. At the time, computers were enormous, expensive machines that filled entire rooms. They were mainly used by governments, universities, and giant corporations. DEC saw an opportunity. What if computers could be smaller, cheaper, and accessible to more people? That idea changed the industry. In the 1960s, DEC began producing mini-computers, including the famous PDP-8. Compared with traditional mainframes, these machines were dramatically smaller and more affordable. Suddenly, universities, laboratories, and businesses could own computers without needing enormous budgets. DEC had created a new market, and it became incredibly successful. By the 1980s, the company was one of the biggest names in technology, with thousands of employees, major customers, and highly respected engineers. But then something happened. The computer industry changed again. The personal computer was becoming popular. At first, DEC didn't seem to have much to worry about. Its computers were far more powerful than the small machines appearing on office desks. But the personal computer didn't need to be more powerful. It needed to be cheap, easy to use, and available everywhere. As more people bought personal computers, software developers built programs for them. Businesses adopted them. Manufacturers produced them at massive scale. The center of the industry was moving, and DEC was still heavily invested in the world it had already conquered. The company tried to adapt. It developed new products and continued producing impressive technology. In the early 1990s, DEC even introduced the Alpha processor, an extremely ambitious piece of technology. But the market was no longer simply about building powerful computers. Software mattered, compatibility mattered, price mattered, and speed mattered. DEC had great technology, but the industry was changing faster than the company could reorganize itself. Then the financial pressure arrived. DEC began restructuring. Employees were laid off. Parts of the business were sold. The company that had once seemed unstoppable was shrinking. Meanwhile, another company was growing, Compaq. Compaq had built its business around personal computers and wanted to expand into enterprise computing. DEC had exactly what Compaq needed: experienced engineers, enterprise customers, technology, and infrastructure. The two companies began discussing a possible acquisition, and in 1998, Compaq acquired Digital Equipment Corporation for approximately $9.6 billion. DEC disappeared as an independent company. But here's the real lesson. DEC didn't fail because it stopped innovating. It failed despite being innovative. The company had helped make computers smaller. But eventually, the world wanted computers that were not just smaller. It wanted computers everywhere, on every desk, in every office, and eventually in every home. DEC helped create the future, but it couldn't fully adapt to the future that came next. And that's one of the most dangerous lessons in business. The strategy that makes you successful today can become the reason you lose tomorrow. But DEC's story was even more complicated. The company wasn't ignoring the personal computer revolution. It was trying to adapt. The problem was its size. DEC had thousands of employees, huge infrastructure, established customers, and a business built around powerful, specialized computers. Meanwhile, competitors were moving faster. Personal computers were becoming cheaper, more standardized, and easier to use. Customers started asking a dangerous question. Why pay more for a powerful system when a cheaper computer can do the job? That question slowly weakened DEC's advantage. The company developed new technology, including the impressive Alpha processor, but technical excellence was no longer enough. By the 1990s, DEC was cutting costs, restructuring, and losing ground. Eventually, the company needed a buyer. In 1998, Compaq acquired DEC for approximately $9.6 billion. And just like that, one of the most influential computer companies of its generation disappeared. The irony? DEC had helped make computers smaller. Then the industry made them even smaller. And this time, DEC couldn't keep up.